Okay guys, welcome to Just Vintage Crochet, and today we are tackling the infamous Juliet dress. So in this video I will be working the size small, and if you get the pattern, all other sizes will be indicated in the parentheses. The yarn used for this is basically a Red Heart Super Saver, like a modern day Red Heart Super Saver, but if I may recommend. The Walmart Mainstays, this is only $3 a ball, and it is way softer than Red Heart, same size. And if you're not near a Walmart, or if you don't want to use the Walmart brand, I would recommend Joann Big Twist. Again, same size, way softer than Red Heart. Now, I will be making this in white and in this green that we used for the poncho. Those colors worked out so beautifully together. And so that is what I am choosing to do here, is that poncho. And I really love those colors together. And this pattern is from 1969, so I figured it's a great color choice. The majority of the dress will be in white, so we will have accents of the green. That's just my personal choice. You guys go with whatever you want. The actual pattern itself doesn't call for more than one color, so it's intended to all be worked up in one color. So let's get right into this. You will need a 5mm hook for the entire project. Okay, so, and I did already gauge swatch this. So what you'll want to do with your H 5mm hook is chain 94 chains. Whenever you're done with that, go ahead and join it to make a circle. Okay, now that you have your circle, go ahead and pull through your first loop. Make your slip stitch, basically. Now, in this pattern, I'm not going to do the chain 3 for your first double crochet. We're going to do the stacked single crochet. So chain 1 into that same stitch, work 1 single crochet, and into this forward loop right here. Here is your stitch. Here is the top of your stitch, right there. On the side of your stitch, you will see the top side loop and then another loop just below it. That is the forward stitch. We're going to put our hook right in through that forward stitch. Here we go. Pull up a loop and work another single crochet, sorry. If you're new here, I often get singles and doubles jumbled whenever I'm trying to speak. Okay, so there we go. That's going to be in place of a chain 3. Now simply work 1 double crochet into every chain all the way around. There we go. I will be back when we get back around to the beginning. Okay, now let's go ahead and join into the top of our stacked single crochet. And there we go. Now we will work another stacked single crochet. Work 1 single crochet and then into this forward loop. Work another single crochet. Now work 1 single crochet into each of the next 10 stitches. Okay, now into the 11th stitch, work 2 double crochet into the same stitch. Into the 12th stitch over, just work 1. And into the 13th stitch over, work 2 into the same stitch. Now work the next 20 double crochet, 1 double crochet into each of the next 20 double crochet. So that's 1, 2, 3. I will be back when I get to 20. Okay, finished my 20. Now our 21st stitch, work 2 double crochet into the same stitch. Our 22nd stitch, just work 1. And the 23rd stitch, work 2 into the same stitch. Now work 1 double crochet into the top of the next 11 double crochet and get a stitch marker because we will be marking that last stitch. So that's 1, 2, and 3. I will be right back when I get to 11. Okay, so on your 11th stitch, go ahead and mark that stitch. What we've just worked is the 2 side seams for the front of the bodice. Now we just work the remaining stitches, all 1 double crochet in each. So it's going to be for the small, it's going to be the remaining 46 double crochet. There we go. 1, 2, 3. I will be back when I get back around to the beginning here. Okay, let's join, and I grabbed a few more stitch markers because as I read on, it looks like we might need some more as we go. So we're going to slip stitch into the top of our stacked single crochet. There we go. And we're going to make those again. There's 1 and 2. Okay, now what we're going to do is double crochet, 1 double crochet into the next 10 double crochet, and in the 11th, so the first of the 2 together, the first of the increase, work another increase of 2 double crochet. Okay, this is my 10th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now into this first double crochet of the increase, work 2 double crochet and mark that first stitch of your increase. Now work 1 double crochet into the next 3 double crochet. 1, 2, and 3. Now that puts us at having the next double crochet over being the second double crochet of our second increase. Work 2 double crochet into that and mark the second double crochet of that increase. So it looks like a little V. You'll mark this one, the last one you just made. Then double crochet your way over to the next increase and repeat all of that again. So you will work 2 double crochet into the first double crochet of your increase, work 3, and then work 2 into the last double crochet of your second increase and mark that stitch. So let's work our way over there. I'll be right back. Okay, worked my way over. Now here is my first increase of, here's what we're working with. My first increase on this side. And again, it looks like a little V-stitch there. And in the first double crochet of the increase, we work an increase, 2 double crochet into the same stitch, and mark that first double crochet of our new increase. Work 3 double crochet. So 1 double crochet into the next 3 stitches. Now into the next stitch over, which is the other half of this increase, and work an increase. And mark that last stitch. Now we work our way over to where we put our stitch marker before, and just put the stitch marker back in whenever you work that stitch. Okay, so we work this stitch where the stitch marker is, and put the stitch marker back. Now we just work the remaining double crochet all the way back around to the beginning, and I will meet up with you when we get back around to the beginning. Okay, so we are done with round 3, and I was just looking over the pattern, and we don't need the stitch markers anymore. We're done increasing. So the next 2 rounds, again, for the small, the next 2 rounds are going to be really easy. We're going to start with our stacked single crochet. Of course, you can work a chain 3 instead. So starting with my stacked single crochet, and we're going to work 1 double crochet in every double crochet around for the next 2 rounds. So for rounds 4 and 5, very, very easy. Okay, so I will meet you guys at the end of round 5. Just 1 double crochet in each stitch around. I just wanted to jump on really quick before you got too far in. I do believe we still need the stitch marker right here off to the side, the random stitch marker that's not in an increase at all. It's just all by itself. I would leave that one there because I think we're going to work a sleeve there. So I would leave that one there. Okay, so now I'm at the end of round 5, and we're just going to go ahead and join into the top of that stacked single crochet and work another one. So chain 1, single crochet, and into that forward loop, another single crochet. Now we will work into the next 9 double crochet. We will work 1 double crochet in each. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And you will chain 50, but before you chain 50, count 83 stitches, or you could just count 9 stitches this way and mark the 9th one. But if you want to check your stitch count, make sure that you're right on the mark, because the next instructions are going to be to chain 50 and skip 83 stitches. So this being stitch 1, count 83 stitches and mark your 83rd stitch. You should have 9 stitches left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. I'm right on the 9th. So actually, I need to mark one more back this way. Well, there we go. So that's what you need to do. So chain 50, but count 83 stitches around, or if you're confident in your stitch count, just count 9 stitches over and mark the 10th stitch. So I said that wrong the first time. Mark the 10th stitch because we're going to work into the 9th stitch over. Okay, I've got my 50 chains. So skipping over the 83 stitches into the 84th stitch, work a double crochet, and actually you're going to work 9 double crochet across. There we go. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, and go ahead and join into the top of your stacked single. And I should have mentioned this at the start of the last section. We are now starting on the left sleeve. So I apologize. I should have made mention of that, but this is the start of our left sleeve. Okay, now we're going to start round 2 of our left sleeve. So we're going to start with the stacked single crochet. And work 1 double crochet over the next 7 double crochet. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Now, over the next 2 double crochet and the very first chain of our chain 50, we're going to work 3 double crochet together. So you will start your double crochet, pull up a loop, pull through 2, and then stop. Yarn over, go into the next double crochet over, pull up a loop, pull through 2, and stop, and do that one more time into the very first chain. Pull through 2. Now yarn over and pull through everything. Now yarn over and start working double crochets into every chain stitch until just before the last chain stitch, because we're going to repeat this again at the other end. So we will need that last chain stitch to complete this cluster. Okay, so we're going to work just 1 double crochet in every chain, and I will meet back up with you when we get to this point right here, where you can see we've got 2 double crochet and then a chain stitch right here. So work your double crochets until this point, leaving your last chain unworked. I will be right back. Okay, work my last double crochet. Now we will work the 3 double crochet together cluster. So in your last chain, just like we did before, you will start your double crochet and then into the top of the next double crochet over and in the next, and pull through all 3. Now work the remaining double crochet that you have left and join at the top of your stacked single crochets or the top of your chain 3. There you go. Okay, let's join at the top of our stacked single crochet. Now chain 1 and work a single crochet into the same stitch as our join, and work 1 single crochet into the next 6 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now we're going to work the next 3 stitches all into 1 single crochet. So go into the first stitch, pull up a loop, go into the next stitch, pull up a loop, and go into the third stitch over and pull up a loop, and you've got 4 loops on your hook. Pull through all 4. Now work another 6 single crochet over the next 6 double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Half double crochet into the next 2 stitches. So yarn over, pull up a loop, and pull through all 3 over the next 2 stitches. So that's 2 half double crochet. Now we will work 2 double crochet into each of the next 5 stitches. 1, 2, 1 and 2. That's 2 stitches. That's 3. That's 4. And that's 5. Okay, so let's count. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 groups of 2 double crochet. Now we're going to up it even more. We're going to work 3 double crochet into the next 20 stitches. So 3 in each stitch. 1, 2, and 3. Next stitch over also gets 3. 1, 2, and 3. Now you will do this for 18 more stitches for a total of 20 double crochet that have got 3 double crochet in them. I'll be back whenever I get to done with my 20th stitch. Okay, now we have our 20 stitches worked with 3 double crochet into each one of them. we work our 2 double crochet into the same stitch for the next 5 stitches like we did before. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we work 1 half double crochet in the next 2 stitches and 6 single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 3 single crochet together like we did before. So pull up a loop, next stitch, and then a 3rd stitch over, pull through all 4. Now you should have 6 single crochet left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to work. Okay. And then join into the top of your first single crochet with a slip stitch. Now let's see, what do we do next? Okay, so we are going to work a single crochet into our joining stitch. Then it says to work 1 single crochet over the next 5 stitches. 2, 3, 4, and 5, and we will work these 3 single crochet together like we did before. So pull up a loop, next stitch, and then a 3rd stitch over, work through all 3, single crochet into the next 5 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and half double crochet into the next 2 stitches. 1 and 2. That is what we should have so far. And now it says double crochet in the next 80 stitches. Again, this is for small. In the next 80 stitches. So 1 double crochet into the next 80 double crochet. So I'll work a few of those and then I'll jump off of here and finish off camera. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, I got 75 more to go, so I will be back. Okay, that is 80 double crochet. Now we work a half double crochet into the next 2 half double crochets and 1 single crochet into the next 5 stitches. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now we're going to work our single crochet decrease over the next 3 stitches. 1, 2, and 3. Then we just finish out the round with single crochet 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 1, 2, 3. Oops. Nope. Split my yarn there. 4 and 5. And then join with a slip stitch into your starting single crochet. Now let's see what we're going to do next. Okay, now we are going to once again single crochet into our joining stitch, and we're going to work 4 single crochet over. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and we're going to work these 3 single crochet together like we have been. So pull up a loop, next stitch, again, 3rd stitch over, then yarn over and pull through all 4. Let's see, what do we do next? It says single crochet into the next 4 stitches. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Half double crochet into the next 2. 1 and 2. Okay, so now we're basically going to do what we did the last row. We're going to work 80 double crochet and then repeat everything we just did over here onto this side. So I will be back after I've worked my 80 double crochet. It's 1, 2, and 3. I will be back. Okay, now we're going to work 1/2 double crochet. I've just finished my 80. Now we're going to work 1/2 double crochet into the next 2 stitches. 4 single crochet. 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're going to work the next 3 single crochet together. 1, 2, and 3, and just close out the round with 4 single crochet. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now let's slip stitch into our first single crochet and see what we need to do next. There we go. Okay, now we're going to start on round 6. So just like we have been doing, we're going to work a single crochet into our joining stitch. Then we're going to work 3 single crochet over. 1, 2, and 3. Then we do our 3 single crochet decrease, 3 single crochet decrease. So 1, 2, and 3. Then we work 3 single crochet. 2 and 3, 2 half double crochet, 1 and 2, and just as we have been, work your 80 double crochet. There you go, up to that point there. I'll be back whenever I get to this stitch marker here. So that'll be 80 double crochet across, just as we have been doing. I'll be right back. Okay, now we're going to end this round the way we started it. So 2 half double crochet, 1 in each stitch. 3 single crochet. 2 and 3. A decrease over the next 3 stitches. 1, 2, and 3, and 3 single crochet. Slip stitch into your starting single crochet. 2 and 3, and then let's see what round 7 wants us to do. Okay, now for rounds 7 and 8, we're going to repeat round 6, so the round we just worked, 2 more times. So that'll be for round 7 and round 8, where we start with our single crochet, work our 3 single crochet into the next 3 stitches, work our decrease, 1, 2, and 3, work 3 single crochet again, 2 and 3, and then we work the half double crochet into the next 2 stitches. Okay, then you will work 76 double crochet. So there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And I will be back when I get to 76. I already have it marked off. If you want to do that, that'll just make life a little easy for you. So I'll be back when I get to the stitch marker of 76 double crochet. Okay, let's finish this round up. Just finished my last double crochet. Now we work 2 half double crochets, 1 and 2, 3 single crochets, 1, 2, and 3. A decrease, 1, 2, and 3, and then 3 single crochet, 1, 2, and 3. Then we repeat this all over again, and our stitch count will change. Chain 1, work a single crochet in the joining stitch, then 3 single crochet, 1, 2, and 3. We work our decrease over 3 stitches, 1, 2, and 3, and this is round 8 now. 3 single crochet, 1, 2, and 3, and we work 2 half double crochets, 1 and 2, pardon my dog, and then we work our double crochets. You will work 72 double crochet. So I already placed my stitch marker there. If you want to count 72 over, place your stitch marker. This is actually my 72nd one here, because my stitch marker is right where our first half double crochet is going to go. So work 72 double crochet, and then come on back and we will finish out this row 8 together. Okay, let's close out this round. We're going to work just worked my last double crochet. Now we're going to work the 2 half double crochet, 3 single crochet, 1, 2, and 3. We're going to work our 3 single crochet decrease, 1, 2, and 3, and then our last 3 single crochet of the round, 1, 2, and 3, and slip stitch. Now let's see what we need to do next. Now we're going to start round 9, but before we start round 9, count your stitches all the way around and make sure that your last stitch is number 91. You should have 91 stitches. So if you've paused the video and done that, you've come back. Here we go. Now we're going to work a single crochet into our joining stitch, and we're going to decrease the next 6 stitches. So we're going to do that by way of 2 stitches at a time instead of 3. So go in, pull up a loop, next stitch over, pull up a loop, 3 on the hook, pull through all 3, and we're going to do that 2 more times. 1 and 2. There we go. So now you should have your starting single crochet, and then the next 3 stitches should be your 3 decreases. Now you're going to work a double crochet. We're not doing the half doubles, just going to work double crochets in every stitch until you get to the last 6 stitches, where we're going to work 3 decreases again. So let's go ahead and mark that. Come all the way back around here and count. Here's our join. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So in number 6, I will put my stitch marker, because this is where my last double crochet will go. So therefore we don't really have to count them. Okay, and I will be back whenever I get to that point, and we'll finish this round off together. Okay, let's finish this round up. Worked my last double crochet, so let's work our 3 sets of decreases. That is 1, 2, and then our last 2 stitches, and 3. Here we go, slip stitch into our starting single crochet. And let's see what we have next. Okay, and it's saying to repeat the last round. So we will start with our single crochet and our 3 groups of decreases. Oops, almost made a single crochet. 1, 2, and 3. And what I'm going to do now is, while I'm right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Put a stitch marker in that 6th stitch over from your join, going that way. And right here is where you will work your last double crochet. So now that we have worked our first 3 groups of decreases, just start working your double crochets all the way to your stitch marker if you're using stitch markers. I would highly recommend using stitch markers. And then work your last 3 decreases. I will be back and we can work those last 3 decreases together. Sorry, got tongue-tied. Okay, and let's finish this round off together. Work our last 3 groups of decreases. 1, 2, and 3. And slip stitch into our first single crochet. And let's see what's next. Okay, so now what we're going to work is a whole lot of decreases, and we're really going to close this sleeve up. So we're going to start with either your chain 3 for your first double or the stacked single crochet. Here we go. And work 1 double crochet in the next stitch over. Now we're going to work in every 3 stitches a 3 double crochet decrease. So as we've done before, you pull up a loop, pull through 2 and stop, and do that in a total of 3 stitches. Yarn over and pull through all 4, and then immediately start doing it again. Oops, there we go. Every 3 stitches. We're not skipping any. Next stitch over and do it again. 1, 2, and 3. Pull through all 4. So I'm going to do this in every 3 stitches around. Meet back up with me when you get close to the back around to the beginning, and we will finish this round off together. Very, very easy. 2 and 3, pull through all 4. So when we get back around to the beginning, come on back. Okay, so here's what I ran into with mine. My stitch count was just right because before we started working the decreases, it said that we needed to have 79 stitches. Sorry, 79 stitches all the way around, and I did. I had exactly 79 stitches all the way around. So this just wound up working up with 3 stitches in the end instead of 2, because it says to within last 2 stitches double crochet in remaining stitch. You should have 29 stitches. So I counted all the way around and I had 27 with my last decrease. So I just added 2 double crochet I've got 3 available stitches to work in, and I just worked 2 double crochet into the last 2 stitches. That gave me my 29. So if you happen to run into something like that, it's going to be fine. As long as the stitch count is right, it's going to be fine. Yeah. Now let's see what we do next. Now it says here, join and 29 stitches. I know for sure I have 29 stitches all the way around. Then it says to chain 3 and double crochet in each stitch around. So I'm going to work my stacked single crochet. You can work a chain 3 if you're not comfortable with the stacked, and work 1 double crochet in every stitch all the way around. And it says here to join and repeat last round once more. So we're going to work 2 rounds of double crochet total. This round we're working on now, and then another round. Then it says to join, chain 1, single crochet in joining stitch, and work 1 single crochet all the way around. So that's going to be our homework then, is we're going to work this round of double crochet, another round of double crochet, and then 1 round of single crochet all the way around. So that's the next 3 rows we're going to work on. So I will come back after I've worked 2 rounds of double and 1 round of single, okay? Okay, here we are now. I have worked 2 rows of double crochet and 1 row of single crochet. Now we're going to start our shell pattern. So into the joining stitch, work either a chain 3 or the stacked single crochet for a double crochet. There we go. And all into the same joining stitch, work another double crochet, a chain 2, and 2 more double crochet. This will be your first shell, and this is how all the shells will be worked for this round. I haven't looked through, so I don't know if the shells change. Then we're going to skip the next stitch, and in the next one over, work a V-stitch of 1 double crochet, chain 1, 1 double crochet. Then skip 2 stitches, and in the 3rd stitch over, work a shell, 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet. Then skip 1 stitch, and in the next stitch over, work a V-stitch. So this is your pattern repeat. After the V-stitch, you will skip 2, and in the 3rd stitch over, work a shell. And it says that you should end, again, this is for small, so for small, you should end with 6 shells and 6 V-stitches, okay? So I'll meet back up with you when we get back around to the beginning. Okay, so just worked my last shell, gonna skip 1 and work my last V-stitch. I've got 3 single crochet left. So work a V-stitch, then slip stitch into the top of your chain 3 or your stacked single crochet. Get in there, you. There we go. Now we're going to slip stitch into the next double crochet over, and then slip stitch over into the chain 2 space of your first shell. And I'm going to work my stacked single. So I'm going to work a stacked single for all of my chain 3s that they say to start with, just because I really like the way it looks better. There we go. And we're going to work a shell stitch in this shell stitch. So 2 double crochet, chain 2, and 2 double crochet. And into the V-stitch, work a V-stitch. So this is going to be your repeat all the way around. Into the shell, work a shell, 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 doubles. And into the V-stitch, work a V-stitch. Okay, I will meet back up with you when we get back around to the last V-stitch. Okay, so I just worked my last V-stitch into my last V-stitch. Now we join at the top of our starting chain 3 or stacked, and it says rounds 3 through 10 to repeat the last round. So I'm going to get my stitch counter or my row counter. So I'm about to start round 3. I will come back whenever I have finished round 10. So you're just going to keep working this over and over again, working a shell over the shell, a V-stitch over the V-stitch. I will start this one with you one more time just to go over it again. So without chaining, we slip stitch into the next double crochet over and slip stitch into the chain 2 space. And you can start with your chain 3. I'm going to work, I probably don't need to keep mentioning it. So we're going to work a shell into our first shell, 2 double crochet, chain 2, and 2 double crochet. And then a V-stitch over the V-stitch, which is 1 double crochet, chain 1, 1 double crochet. Okay, so keep working this all the way around until you hit round 10. Okay, let's finish this round off. And we're going to slip stitch. And as we have been doing, we are going to slip stitch our way over to the chain 2 space and into the chain 2 space. Now we're going to work a 6 double crochet shell. So we're going to start off with our 3 double crochet. 1, 2, and 3, chain 2, and work 3 more double crochet. Then work a V-stitch in the V-stitch. Then work your 6 double crochet shell. Three double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet. So this is going to be the repeat for round 11, 12, and 13. Okay, so the next 3 rounds, including this one, are all going to be worked with this 6 double crochet shell and a V-stitch in between them. So come on back whenever you are done with round 13 and ready to move on to round 14. Okay, here we have our 3 rounds with the 6 double crochet shell. Now we're really going to start to open the sleeve up. So let's slip stitch our way over into the chain 2 space. And we're going to work a 6 double crochet shell just as we have been. Three double crochet, chain 2, and 3 more double crochet. Now into the V-stitch, work a 4 double crochet shell. 2 doubles, chain 2, and 2 doubles. And then a 6 double crochet shell, sorry, little hair, over the 6 shell. Three more. And then again, 4 double crochet shell into the V-stitch. And this is going to be the pattern repeat all the way around. And this is round 14 that we're working on. I didn't mention that at the start. So you're going to want to work this pattern repeat for this round, round 14, and 1 more round afterwards. So the next 2 rounds, this round and 1 more round. All right, so work this for this round and then 1 more round again after, repeat the exact same row, and then come on back whenever you're ready for round 16. Okay, let's finish off this round together. I worked my last 4 double crochet of the 2 rounds we needed to do this for. 4 double crochet shell is what I meant to say. I didn't finish my wording there. So that was the second round of that pattern repeat you can see here. Now we're going to slip stitch our way over to the chain 2 space again. And in this round, we're going to work 6 double crochet shells in every shell around, so even the ones in between. And we're going to repeat this until the sleeve measures total of 14 inches for the small. So that is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and 3. Then we jump over to the smaller shell and work 6 double crochet shell again. 2 and 3, 1, 2 and 3, and again in the 6 shell. 1, 2 and 3. Okay, so just keep repeating this in every single shell all the way around until your sleeve, it says from the very first shell row round made, measures 14 inches for the small. So right there, I am at just over, I'm at right at about 11.5. So I'm going to work this until I have roughly 14. Now, I don't think that it's going to be the end of the world if it's not exactly on 14. If it's just slightly under, excuse me, or slightly over, I think that's going to be just fine. Okay, I will see you guys when I am at 14 inches of this repeat here where we work 6 double crochet shell into every single stitch around over and over again. Okay, I am now at 14 inches, so let's see what we do next. Okay, so let's go ahead and join and slip stitch our way over to the chain 2 space. Now we are going to work 8 double crochet shells, but only 1 round of it. So that's going to be 4 double crochet, chain 3, forgive me, chain 3 and 4 double crochet. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then chain 3 and 4 more into the same chain 2 space. And this is going to be in every shell around. There we go. Just like that. Work this in every shell around and then join when you get back around to the beginning. And only 1 round left after this. Okay, here is how everything is looking now. Let me measure how wide the sleeve is so far. We are at about, gosh, okay, there we go. Right at around 12 inches. So that's pretty cool. Very groovy. Okay, we're going to slip stitch our way over to the chain 3 space, and at that point I'm going to change color. You know, you don't have to if you have no intention of changing any colors or anything like that. In there, and pull through, pull through. And it says to make basically 13 double crochet. You start with your chain 3 or our stacked singles, and then make 12 more double crochet after for a total of 13. And we're going to work 13 double crochet into every chain 3 space around. And this is going to be our final round. Now we work 13. I'm going to count this as 1, 2, 3. This is 12 and 13. Then we jump over and make 13 more. 1, 2, 3, Okay, so here is how it should be looking. Just wanted to work up a couple of those for you. So weave in all my ends when I'm done. So this is how everything should be looking now. So when you're done, just join into your starting chain 3 or your stacked single crochets, cut and weave in your ends. That's it. Then we're going to start on the other sleeve. Okay? So here we are, the end of this sleeve. There we are. I really like the little pop of color. Isn't that cool? I just slipped it on a little. It doesn't actually fit me. It's too small, but I just wanted to show off how that looks, that bell sleeve. I like it. Very cool. Okay, now let's go ahead and start the right sleeve. Now, for the most part of the right sleeve, you're going to be able to just rewind this video and repeat all those steps over again, verbatim. But let me get you started. So, you will start with the sleeve on this side over here. The one we just made on this side. And count your stitches all the way over until you have 45. And if you still have that stitch marker there, it's going to wind up being the 45 will be just before the stitch marker. So you're going to join there just before the stitch marker. Right like this. Okay, and again, that's going to be starting with, you can see where we are joined right here on this stitch. So the first stitch over that isn't joined with anything. Just count 45 stitches over, and where your stitch marker is should be your 46th stitch. So we're going to work either a chain 3 for a double crochet or the stacked. And you will work a double crochet here and in the next 9 stitches. So you'll have a total of 10. So that's 1. Do that again. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Now you will chain 50, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, now you have your chain of 50. So what you're going to do is count back 9 stitches from the first stitch that you joined in right here, your joining stitch. So you will count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, and that's where you will work your first double crochet, but make sure that your chain is not twisted if you can. Okay, chain is not twisted, and work your first double crochet in that 9th stitch over this way toward your other sleeve. There you go. And then work 9 or 8 more stitches toward the join. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So what we want here is for our joining stitch, our very first stitch, to be stitch number 10 from both sides. So you're going to have, if you hold this one here, you're going to count 9 stitches this way and 9 stitches this way, okay? And on the pattern, it's going to say 36 free stitches. That's what they mean right here. These are the same 45 stitches we counted to originally join. But when we count 9 stitches back this way, we now have 36 stitches. So it wants you to count 36 stitches and join this way. I just told you is much easier to figure up. Just count 9 stitches going back that way. And there you go. Then you will slip stitch. Okay, so what you're going to want to do is just rewind the video and watch all of those steps. all the way back to the very first row that you start working on the chain. So rewind back to that where you are just barely starting to work on the chain. So I'm going to go ahead and work this whole right sleeve up, and then I will be back whenever we are ready to work the rest of the dress. Okay, now we're going to start working the neckline. I have both of the shoulders here. This is the back of the bodice, the easiest way to tell which is the front and back of the bodice. The front of the bodice has got those increases we worked originally, one there and one there. That is the front. So you will flip this around to the back, and it says that we need to skip 14 inches from the right sleeve over. How to tell which is the right and the left. We started with the left sleeve, and so that comes from the part of the bodice where we seamed everything together. So the seam is the left sleeve, no seam, that's your right sleeve. So working from the right sleeve, here is where our stitch is joined right here. So right here is stitch 1. Count 14 stitches over. In the 15th stitch, go ahead and start your join, your chain 3 for your first double crochet or your stacked singles. And we're going to crochet, double crochet our way over to 1 stitch before the next sleeve. Now here is the stitch that our sleeve is attached to. Here's the stitch just before it. So we're going to work our last double crochet right here and leave this last stitch unworked. So here we go. And I will be right back when I get down to that point. Okay, now we have worked our way over to the sleeve. We have 1 stitch unworked. So we're going to work some decreases again. Of course, in the pattern, they refer to these as double crochet clusters. So just like we did before, pull through the first 2, but instead of 3, we're going to do this through a total of 4 stitches. So that was 1. Now the stitch where we have the sleeve join will be 2. Then around the post of this double crochet will be 3. And then right here between an actual double crochet and the post, we have a little something here we can work into, and that will be 4. Just like that. Pull through all 5 loops. Now work 1 double crochet into every stitch along the shoulder of the sleeve. That is a stitch right there. So don't miss it. Here we go. And so just work in every stitch. And when you get to the point all the way over here, I already marked mine with the stitch marker, so I would recommend doing that. So we're going to work in all of the double crochets. So you've worked your last double crochet, actual double crochet that you can work into. And then we've got this little space right here. We're going to work into that. That's going to be 1. This side of this double crochet here around this post of this double crochet will be 2. The sleeve join right here will be 3. And then this stitch right here will be 4 for working our next decrease. And then we're going to work down this way. So work all along, double crochets all along the sleeve, the shoulder border here, and then stop and come back when you have worked your last double crochet that you can actually work into. I'll be right back. Made it to my stitch marker. So here we go. I've got, let me back out just a little so you can see easier. This is what you should have. Here's our decrease, and then a double crochet into every stitch around. Now we're going to work our next decrease right where my stitch marker is. It's 1 around the bar of this double crochet. That's 2. the crochet, the double crochet that we're joined at here. That's 3. And then this free double crochet. That's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 loops on the hook. Pull through all 5. Now we will work our way with double crochets over to the other side and do the exact same thing. So I'll go ahead and mark that stitch. So we will work our way over. Here is our joining double crochet right here. So we want to leave this stitch unworked. So this is where my last double crochet will be worked, right here where the stitch marker is. And then you're just going to repeat working all these stitches here, these 4 stitches here together. Then I wanted to jump on here real quick and go over that decrease with you just one more time. So I'm about to work my last double crochet right here where the stitch marker is before the decrease. I thought maybe it would be helpful to show it at least one more time. All right, so there's our last double crochet. Now we're going to work our 4 stitch decrease. So that's 1 right here in the joining stitch, is 2 along this or around this double crochet bar. That's 3, and then right here just a little piece of whatever. We're going to work into that, and that's 4. There we go. Pull through all 5 loops. Then start working your double crochets. Okay, now I will meet you when we get back around to the join where we first started. There you go. Okay, so just finishing up our first round. Now here's what you're going to want to do. A little bit of homework for you. Let me go ahead and get this round closed off. The next round is going to be, actually the next 2 rounds are going to be just like this one here. So you're going to work double crochets until you reach the last stitch before your decrease. This right here is the decrease. So make this your last regular double crochet and then start working another 4 stitch decrease on all 4 corners, and then do that another time, another round. So the round we're about to work on, and then another round after that, just exactly the same. So start with my stacked, and then just start working double crochets in every stitch until the last stitch. Okay, just going to jump on here real quick and run through that with you really quick. My phone died, so I didn't get a chance to make my way over here. So now I'm here. I worked my last double crochet. So here is the unworked stitch before the decrease. And we're going to start our next decrease in that first stitch over the decrease stitch. There we go. And then the 2 stitches that follow. There we go. 5 loops on our hook, pull through all 5. Then turn and start working over the sleeve. And what I did, I'll show you in just a moment. Let me just get a few stitches worked to anchor down that decrease. And what I did is I went through and I put a stitch marker in the stitch just before my last unworked stitch before the decrease all the way around. So this is where my last double crochet will go, and the stitch right next to it is where my next decrease will begin. And then I made my way around the front, and again, my last double crochet will go here, first stitch of my decrease here, across the second sleeve, and I did the same. So go ahead and do this for this row, and then do it again for the next row. That way it's just easy peasy working, and you don't have to stay on it. You just go until the stitch marker. So there we go. So this is what we're going to do for all of this round and another round after this, the exact same way. And I will meet back up with you guys after I've worked this round and one more. Okay, so I've worked my 2 rounds of the double crochets with the decreases on the corner. Now our next round, we're going to start with a single crochet into the joining stitch. And this round is going to be just a little bit different. It wants us to decrease each shoulder edge, each one of our shoulder edges, by 10 stitches by evenly, of our own choosing, evenly decreasing random stitches until it's a total of 10 on each shoulder. So it doesn't say anything about decreasing in the corners here, so I don't think we have to do that anymore. So let's just work our way over. I'll be back whenever I work my way up onto the shoulder edge. So I've worked myself up about six single crochet up toward the shoulder, or up on the shoulder. I'm going to start working my decreases now. So pull up a loop, next stitch over, pull up a loop, that's a decrease. Next stitch, regular single crochet. It doesn't say to do this, this is just the way I'm choosing to do it. So that was 1 decrease. That's 2. This is 3. And then 4. So I'm working a decrease, then a regular single crochet, then a decrease. This makes 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. And 10. Okay, and then work my way down. So I'm going to repeat that on the other side. Let me match though. How many single crochet do I got on this side to work? Seems kind of uneven. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Knowing that, I probably would have started 7 in the back. It doesn't matter. It's not that big of a deal. So I will work, when I come across the front and then up the other shoulder, I will work 9 single crochet and start working my first increase after 9 single crochet, just to keep it even. That'll be fine. I think it'll be fine. So, okay, I'm going to work myself down this shoulder, across the front, and then up the other shoulder here. I will work 9 single crochet and then start working my decreases just to keep it even and balanced. I think that looks pretty good. Okay, we're almost done with the entire bodice and sleeve area. We just have 2 more really quick rounds to work. It says for all sizes, here are the following 2 rounds. Work in the back loop of stitches only. Slip stitch tightly in each stitch around. Then join at the end of the last round and fasten off. So here's where I'm going to change color to add my little pop of color. I'm going to work the last 2 rounds, which are slip stitch rounds, in the green. So let me go ahead and join my new color. Now it says back loop only, slip stitch tightly in each stitch around. So it's going to make working back into them kind of a pain in the butt, isn't it? There we go. Slip stitching tightly. Okay, so just do this in every stitch around. We're not going to be worrying about any decreases or anything like that. Just 2 rounds of slip stitch. I will be back when I get done with my second round of slip stitches, and we will then begin working the dress portion, the lower half of the dress. Then we'll be done. Okay, so now we are ready to start on the skirt. So I have everything turned upside down now, and it says to start, here is where we joined. This is where you can see our seam. This is where we first started working our bodice, right here. And it says to start on the opposite end. So we're gonna go over here, and I'm gonna do my best to keep that even. We start off, for the small, we started off with a stitch count of 94. They say though, at the end of our first skirt row, we should have 96. So basically, start at the opposite end, and somewhere at random, maybe one on this side and then maybe one on the front, just add an extra stitch so that you end up with 96 stitches. Very, very easy. So let's go ahead and do all of that. Of course, I'm going to start with the stacked single crochet, and I'm just going to start working into every stitch around. And at some point on the very back center of the bodice, I will place an extra stitch, and then on the very centermost front of the bodice, pardon my doggy, I will add another extra stitch. Okay, so here we go. Just do this all the way around. I'll be back when I get back around to the beginning. Okay, just coming up to the end of our row 1 of our skirt. There we go. Now we will make a 4 double crochet shell just like we did on the sleeve. So into our starting stitch here, our joining stitch, oh, let me get my yarn. We are going to make 2 double crochet, chain 2, and 2 double crochet. Chain 2 and 2 doubles, 1 and 2. Now we will skip 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3, and in the 4th stitch over, make a V-stitch, just like we did on the sleeve. Double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. And we're going to skip 3 stitches again. 1, 2, 3, and in the 4th stitch over, make our 4 double crochet shell. 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet. Skip 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3, and in the 4th one, make a V-stitch. And this is going to be the pattern repeat all the way around. Skip 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3, and in the 4th stitch, make your shell with 4 double crochet. I will meet back up with you when we get back around to the end. We should end with 12 shells and 12 V-stitches. Okay, so you should end with 3 stitches unworked, and go ahead and join into the top of your starting stitch, and then slip stitch your way over to the chain 2 space. And this is going to be the start of round 3, but our homework is round 3 through 15 is going to be worked just like this round we just worked. So let me get my row counter, reset. I'm on round 3 now. So I will come back whenever I'm done with round 15. They're all going to be worked identical to this one. Okay? So that's going to be our shell stitch in the shell stitch, just like we did on the sleeves. And then our V-stitches over the V-stitches. And when you end your round, you will simply slip stitch over into the chain 2 space and start again. I'll be back at the end of row 15 or round 15. Okay, all done with my 15 rounds of this pattern here. Go ahead and join. Slip stitch our way over to the chain 2 space. Now for the next 4 rounds, so rounds 16 through 30, we're going to repeat what we did on the sleeve, where we work a 6 shell, a 6 double crochet shell, and then a 4 double crochet shell into the V-stitch. So repeat that stitch pattern for 4 more rounds until you have completed round 20. So we're going to start with our 6 double crochet shell, 2 and 3, chain 2, then 1, 2 and 3. Then in the V-stitch, we work our 4 double crochet shell. Oops, there we go, chain 2 and 2 more double crochet. Okay, so just repeat this stitch pattern all the way around. Come back whenever you are done with round 20. Okay, now let's go ahead and finish up this round here. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 completed. There we go. Then we will slip stitch our way over to the chain 2 space. Now, just like on the sleeve, after we worked this portion, we then worked a portion where it was 6 double crochet shells in every single shell around. So we're now eliminating the 4 double crochet shells. So that's what we're going to do in this round. And we're going to do it until the entire skirt measures 18 inches. So let's see where we're at right now. Okay, so I am right at 13 inches, so I need to work another 5 inches. Again, that is of 6 double crochet shells in every shell around, every single one. So once again, we are eliminating the 4 double crochet shells. So just go ahead and do that until your piece measures 18 inches or it measures the length that you wish. I've worked a few of those up just so that you have a basic idea of what we're doing here. I will see you guys when we reach 18 inches in length. Okay, now once you have reached the 18 inches that you need, the last 2 rows are really easy, and you don't even really need me to show them to you because they are just that easy. It says that the last 2 rows we work on the hem of the skirt are the same last 2 rows we worked on the sleeve. So that was 8 double crochet shells followed by 13 double crochet over each shell. So how that works up is 4 double crochet, chain 3, 4 double crochet in every shell across, and then your final row is simply 13 double crochet into every chain 3 space of the previous shells, and that's it. And of course I'm going to work mine in the green, so I'm going to go ahead and work up the last 2 rows, and then we will see how it looks on Miss Mannequin. So I wanted to jump on really quick because I forgot to tell you about the cord, because it does ask in the little finishing touches, it does tell you to make a cord that is 2.5 yards long. I'm just going to finish weaving in this end super fast. Okay, and then we will work on the cord real quick before I go and put this on the mannequin. There we go. Done. Okay. Okay, so for the cord that goes under the bust, they call for taking basically 2 strands of yarn and just working 1 chain, well, just a chain stitch over and over again for 2.5 yards. But I like to do this sort of chain link stitch, and some of you have seen me do it before, where you just start off with a chain of 4, then yarn over twice actually. We're going to do a treble crochet into the very first chain that we made. Just like that. Then chain 3, yarn over twice and into the space. When you open it up into the space, work another treble crochet and just do that over and over again, and it builds up a nice thick chain way faster than just anything else. Oops, I was meant to do a treble there. Yarn over twice and work your treble crochet. Chain 3, yarn over twice and work your treble crochet. And of course, that is a US treble crochet. It would be a double treble for the UK. So that's it. That's all you have to do, and work that chain up for 2.5 yards. There we go. Super simple, super fast, pretty addictive too. It's the kind of stitch you can work while watching TV, and it just works up so fast. We've only been at this for just a few minutes, and let's look at how many inches we already have worked up.
Me wind and rain, you're some kind of butterfly.